With a team of world-class chefs, access to the best food that money can buy, and dining rooms at palaces across the UK, you would have thought mealtimes are always prestigious in the Windsor household. The Queen's former chef, Darren McGrady, has drawn back the curtain and revealed Her Majesty's private dining habits. From her daily routine to her strict rules to her occasional indulges, these are the habits and manners of the world's most famous woman. A simple breakfast. When it comes to her daily routine, there's nothing particularly extraordinary about Queen Elizabeth II's approach to food. She typically rises around 7:30 a.m. and starts her day with a pot of Earl Grey tea, served with a splash of milk and no sugar, accompanied by a few biscuits while she listens to the radio and prepares for her morning bath. Breakfast itself is a bit more substantial. She and Prince Phillip usually enjoy a spread of cereal, yogurt, and toast with marmalade. Interestingly, Queen Elizabeth's cereal of choice is Kellogg's, specifically Special K with fruit, which she often serves herself from Tupperware containers. And if you think that sounds rather humble for a monarch, consider this. She often eats her breakfast of a jewel-encrusted marble dish that, back in the day, was valued at $500,000, a figure that likely translates to millions today. Her first drink of the day. The Queen's drink of choice remains consistent day in and day out. Just before lunchtime, she indulges in a gin and Dubonnet with a slice of lemon and ice. Dubonnet, a sweet, wine-based aperitif infused with herbs and spices, holds a special place for Her Majesty, as it was the favored drink of HRH, the Queen Mother. Her recipe consists of 2 parts, Dubonnet to 1 part gin. When it comes to the gin brand, Her Majesty opts for Tanqueray Gordon & Cobers, which holds a royal warrant. This means either Gordon's or Tanqueray, both of which are commonly found in UK supermarkets, will be her gin of choice. If you're curious about replicating her royal cocktail, HuffPost offers a detailed recipe to guide you through the process. An even simpler lunch. Lunchtime for the Queen is often a straightforward affair, typically served around 1 p.m. Her meals usually revolve around a mix of fish and vegetables, as disclosed by her former chef, Darren McGrady. For instance, a typical lunch might feature grilled Dover sole, nestled on a bed of wilted spinach alongside courgettes, or something of a similar nature. Of course, these preferences can vary based on the Queen's circumstances. When she's entertaining guests or embarking on royal visits, the menu tends to become more elaborate. On such occasions, Her Majesty might enjoy dishes like salmon tian with fennel and apple salad, followed by a succulent rib of lamb accompanied by bean cassoulet and lemon jus. Dessert could be a delightful burnt orange tart, adorned with poached meringue and a blackberry compote. Despite the grandeur of these meals, it's conceivable that the Queen prefers to keep things simple whenever possible. After all, constantly partaking in banquets and multi-course lunches could become burdensome over time. A not-so-simple afternoon tea. Afternoon tea holds a significant place in the history of the United Kingdom. Originating in the 1840s, it is said to have been popularized by Anna Russell, Duchess of Bedford, who happened to be a close friend of Queen Victoria, the great-great-grandmother of Queen Elizabeth. Initially favored by the upper echelons of society, it has evolved into more of a special occasion treat in modern times. However, the Queen still observes this tradition daily. The spread typically includes an assortment of cakes, such as honey and cream sponge, ginger cake, fruit cake, or chocolate biscuit cake. Additionally, there are finger sandwiches, meticulously prepared without crusts, which may feature fillings like cucumber, smoked salmon, egg mayonnaise, or ham and mustard. To complete the ensemble, there are tiny raspberry jam sandwiches known as jam pennies, and of course, everything is accompanied by a piping hot pot of tea. Keeping portions small is key, especially considering the Queen's substantial breakfast earlier in the day. Dinner with Phil. When it comes to dinner, especially during official events or while entertaining guests, the Queen and Prince Philip indulge in extravagantly lavish affairs. However, When it's just the two of them, the tone is considerably more relaxed. They typically change into more comfortable attire before sitting down to a simple yet satisfying meal. Their dinner often features meat options like lamb, roast beef, mutton, grouse, or salmon, frequently sourced from the Queen's estates at Sandringham or Balmoral. This is paired with a selection of seasonal vegetables, ensuring a wholesome and nourishing meal. As an aperitif, the Queen enjoys a martini, setting a refined tone for the evening. For dessert, the royal couple may enjoy strawberries from Balmoral or white peaches grown at Windsor Castle, adding a touch of freshness to the meal. Interestingly, a variety of condiments, including Leah and Perrins, HP sauce, and Heinz, all hold royal warrants, suggesting that the Queen appreciates adding a dollop of flavor to her dishes. However, one thing you won't find on her dinner table is wine, as she rarely indulges in alcoholic beverages during her private dinners, preferring to keep things simple and elegant. Her final drink of the day. After a satisfying dinner, the Queen enjoys unwinding with some leisurely activities. She may opt to catch up on the latest episodes of Coronation Street, a beloved British soap opera, or engage in a round of her favorite games, such as jigsaws, crosswords, or Scrabble. As a puzzle enthusiast, these activities provide her with both entertainment and mental stimulation, contributing to her sharpness and wit. Later in the evening, the Queen may dedicate some time to attend to royal duties or paperwork, reflecting her unwavering commitment to her responsibilities even during her downtime. It's during this period that she indulges in her final drink of the day, a glass of champagne. With no fewer than 8 champagne brands holding the royal warrant, including prestigious names like Bollinger, Krug, Lanson, and Paul Roger, the Queen has a plethora of options to choose from. Contrary to common belief, enjoying a glass of champagne before bed may actually offer health benefits. Experts suggest that moderate consumption of champagne can promote heart health, boost mood, and contribute to overall well-being. So if you really want to live long and royally, best crack out the Bali, her royal chocolates. Among the Queen's culinary preferences, her fondness for chocolate stands out as a notable highlight. She has a penchant for various chocolate desserts, including chocolate biscuit cake, chocolate mousse, and chocolate ganache sponge cake, all of which hold special places in her heart. According to former royal chef Darren McGrady, any dish presented to Her Majesty for approval stood a high chance of receiving the green light if it contained chocolate. Delving into some delightful trivia, the Queen's chocolate preferences lean towards the darker and more bitter varieties. She prefers chocolate with a cocoa content of 60% or higher, showing a preference for the rich, intense flavors it offers. Interestingly, she tends to shy away from milk or white chocolate, favoring the deep complexities of dark chocolate instead. For her snacking pleasure, the Queen indulges in Bendix bitter mints, renowned for their supremely dark chocolate infused with an intense minty flavor. It's a combination that hits the spot just right for Her Majesty's refined palate, a post-church roast. Like many Brits who appreciate a good meal, the Queen has a fondness for Sunday roasts, a cherished culinary tradition in Britain. Originating as a post-church meal in the 1400s, Sunday roasts quickly gained popularity across all social classes, from aristocrats to common workers. True to tradition, the Queen maintains this custom by indulging in a hearty roast after attending Sunday Mass. Her choice of meat typically comes from game hunted on her own estates, ensuring a connection to the land and a taste of the countryside. However, unlike some who prefer their meat rare, Her Majesty tends to favor well-done joints. While it's a common practice for many to enjoy a tipple or two alongside their Sunday roast, the Queen's preferences in this regard remain a mystery. Though we can't confirm her drinking habits, it wouldn't be surprising if she followed in the footsteps of her subjects in this aspect as well. Christmas. When it comes to Christmas, Her Majesty throws modesty out the window and embraces indulgence with open arms. The festive lunch is a grand affair, featuring a lavish spread fit for royalty. Picture this: succulent turkey, accompanied by an array of stuffings, roast potatoes, creamy mashed potatoes, caramelized parsnips, and perfectly cooked Brussels sprouts. And let's not forget the pièce de résistance, a Christmas pudding soaked in brandy and ceremoniously set ablaze. After lunch, it's customary for the royal family to take a leisurely stroll around the estate, taking in the crisp winter air and enjoying each other's company. Then it's time for afternoon tea, where the table is adorned with delights like chocolate Yule log, freshly baked scones, mince pies, assorted sandwiches, and more Christmas cake to satisfy any sweet tooth. But wait, there's more! As if one feast weren't enough, the family gathers again for an evening buffet that rivals the earlier lunch in extravagance. This second spread features an opulent selection of ham, succulent chicken, smoked salmon, luxurious foie gras, deviled eggs, an assortment of vegetables, a variety of cheeses, and delectable côtelettes, among other delights. And of course, no celebration would be complete without a toast to the Queen's head chef, whose culinary prowess brings joy to the royal table year after year. What she likes and where to get it. While we've delved into some of the Queen's favorite dishes, her culinary preferences extend far beyond what we've covered. Like anyone else, Her Majesty has a diverse palate with a myriad of preferred foods and beverages. However, there's one surefire way to determine if a product has earned her seal of approval: the Royal Warrant of Appointment. This prestigious designation signifies that a product is used by the royal family, serving as a mark of excellence and quality that carries immense prestige for companies and producers alike. Numerous British brands have been honored with the Royal Warrant, including household names like Wilkin & Sons, Twinings & Co., Heinz, Weetabix, and Cadbury's, to name just a few. The list of Royal Warrant holders is extensive and encompasses a wide range of products, ensuring that if you aspire to live a lifestyle fit for royalty, you can trust in the goods endorsed by Her Majesty herself. After all, if it's deemed good enough for the Queen, it's certainly good enough for you. There's one pastry Queen Elizabeth doesn't like. While the English language may be consistent across the Atlantic, culinary preferences certainly vary between England and America, especially when it comes to breakfast pastries. While scones are a beloved staple in British cuisine, they're not as commonly enjoyed in the United States. Despite their popularity across the pond, Queen Elizabeth herself isn't particularly keen on these sweet treats. Although scones are often served with tea in England, Her Majesty doesn't indulge in them. Instead, her staff faces the arduous task of disposing of the uneaten scones. According to Princess Diana's former butler, Paul Burrell, the royal pastry chef spends hours crafting these delectable pastries, only for them to end up as treats for the corgis under the table. Burrell humorously noted that the Queen never partakes in the scones herself. Instead, her beloved pets enjoy them. It seems Queen Elizabeth has made her stance clear on scones. They're simply not to her taste. But hey, as they say, to each their own. What is the most important meal at the palace? According to McGrady, the most eagerly anticipated meal of the week was always Friday's fish and chips. Everyone adored fish and chips, McGrady shared. All 300 staff members at Buckingham Palace, including the chefs, would indulge in fish and chips for lunch. And forget about tartar sauce and ketchup. We preferred it with salad cream. Salad cream on those French fries, on those chips. Interestingly, the Queen reportedly preferred her fish and chips in a panko breadcrumb coating rather than the traditional batter. When it comes to condiments, Leah and Perrins, HP sauce, and Heinz ketchup all boast royal warrants, offering a glimpse into Her Majesty's culinary preferences. However, the meal closest to the Queen's heart isn't one for humans. McGrady revealed to Hello magazine. One of the things that truly surprised me when I started working as the Queen's chef was that I wasn't immediately preparing banquets for kings, queens, and presidents. Instead, I was actually chopping beef, liver, and chicken for the Queen's 12 corgis. I later learned that it was one of the most important meals of the day when it came to the Queen. As one of his initial tasks as the Queen's personal chef, McGrady found himself peeling carrots for her horses at Balmoral. Does the Queen ever cook for herself? McGrady mentions that Prince Phillip had quite the knack for grilling and often organized family barbecues on the Balmoral estate. Additionally, younger royals such as William, Kate, Meghan, and Harry all take pleasure in cooking. However, when it comes to culinary activities, the Queen prefers to stay out of the kitchen. And contrary to popular belief, Her Majesty never indulged in a McDonald's drive-thru. The Queen never opted for fast food. With 20 chefs in the kitchen, why would she? McGrady points out. She could simply call down to the kitchen and request whatever she desired. In an interview with Hello magazine, McGrady revealed that the grandest culinary event at the palace is Christmas, although they stick to traditional fare. It was the same menu every year, he recalled. They're quite conservative when it comes to festivities. No hams or anything fancy, just traditional turkeys. We prepared 3 turkeys for the Queen and her family in the royal dining room, 1 for the children's nursery, and additional ones for the approximately 100 staff, ensuring everyone enjoyed a Christmas lunch. And when it came to dessert, they spared no effort. The Christmas pudding was adorned with holly, soaked in brandy, and ceremoniously carried aflame into the royal dining room by the palace steward. For Mother's Day, McGrady mentioned that the Queen didn't really observe it, but would often visit Windsor Castle for the weekend and request special eggs for breakfast. McGrady also confirmed that the royals do not partake in Halloween celebrations. As we delve into the culinary habits of Queen Elizabeth II, we uncover not just her food preferences, but also insights into her daily routines and the traditions she upholds. While Her Majesty may no longer be with us, exploring her dietary choices allows us to gain a deeper understanding of her personality and the regal lifestyle she led. What are your thoughts on the Queen's dining habits? Do you find them surprising or expected? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating insights into the life of Queen Elizabeth II and other royal figures. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.